So I just got word that SHERON, the 69-year-old man who got brutally assaulted a week ago in Escondido, California, outside of his house because of his pro-Trump flags, signs, and his many American flags, has sadly passed away today on Memorial Day. And I'm really trying to hold back tears. I already did my bit of crying before I hit record. The 32-year-old who brutally assaulted this man for no reason. It was a totally unprovoked attack. Demented, deranged, sick fuck radical leftist who attacked an innocent elderly man who didn't do anything to him. I have the article pulled up right here, so just give me a sec. So this is from Fox 5 San Diego, and I'm gonna read it to you. Army veteran passes away days after attack outside his Trump-themed house in Escondido. And this is the news report that's now playing. A lot of people are mourning him around the country, I heard. So I'm gonna let the video play.
Dozens of people gathering to support an Army veteran who was brutally attacked outside his home earlier this week.
And that home is known in the community as the Trump House for its numerous decorations and flag displays. Our Jamie Chambers joins us live tonight from Escondido with how the community came together this evening. Jamie.
Good evening, Teresa. Phil.
I'm sorry, I gotta use my first pause here. Most of my family lives in Southern California, and it just so happened to be that this took place in Escondido, so a bit farther away where my family lives, but never would have thought in a million years that this type of attack would happen, especially on an elderly person. And it kind of makes a bit more sense because given that California is a socialist, actually no, not a socialist state, a communist state, a lot of fucked up people roam the streets, and they're mostly radical, violent leftists who think this shit's okay, and they think that killing or hurting MAGA conservatives or Republicans in general, they think they accomplished something, but in reality, they're just going to be behind bars, and they're really trying their hardest to start a political war which they do not want to drag themselves into. Civil war's coming. Civil war's coming.
With Maria SHERON, the wife of KERRY, being here supported by so many folks, neighbors and different community members driving all the way in from different areas just to be with her in her time of need.
I don't want my husband like that. But it's hard to take the decision. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Maria SHERON says her husband is fighting for his life and doctors are asking her to make an impossible decision. This after KERRY SHERON, a 69-year-old Army vet, was jumped and beaten nearly to death outside of his Escondido home. SHERON, a passionate Trump supporter, has been well known in town for rallying outside his house.
A lot of people have said this before. How the fuck do we go from civilly agreeing to disagreeing to going from disagreeing in the most violent way possible? This culture really needs a big ass fucking reset button, because we gotta stop whatever is radicalizing people to do this shit to conservatives. Just in general, this shit's gotta fucking stop. This political violence and targeting certain political parties or people with political views needs to fucking stop. And no, the punishment cannot be a slap on the wrist. Send these leftists, mostly life in prison, and even some who commit the worst, put to death. I don't care, bro. I don't care. I'm gonna say it out loud. The majority of leftists who are committing acts of violence, terror, and mayhem in the United States of America need to be put to death. If the justice system won't do it, then we will. We will bring justice to the poor conservative families who have been hurt by the radical leftists and the Democrats.
Supporting Donald Trump. Neighbors picking up where KERRY left off with dozens of Trump supporters gathering outside the SHERON home, carrying flags and wearing their MAGA hats, showing their support for Trump and the SHERON family.
I'm feeling happy for the support for my neighbors.
No official motive has been identified by investigators in the attack, but neighbors who are Trump supporters.
That's the motive. It's clear as day why he attacked him.
Believe the violence was politically inspired.
If we don't have freedom, the freedom to put up flags on our
own homes, then we don't have freedom to talk about.
Things were not like this. People weren't fighting about your race. People weren't fighting about your political belief. My own daughter will not talk to me and has not talked to me in a year because of my political beliefs. I don't care what your affiliations are.
I'm sorry that I have to pause again, but the woke mind virus is real. And that didn't come from me. That came from the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Elon Musk. The woke mind virus is one of the deadliest fucking viruses that needs to be neutered. We gotta fucking deal with that shit properly and fast ASAP. I'm trying my hardest not to yell. I'm really trying my hardest not to lose my shit. This case reminds me a lot of my grandma, because if somebody attempted to do that to my grandma, my abuelita, you have absolutely no fucking idea what world that person is stepping into. Because I'm the type of person to help the elderly. I'm the type of person to help disabled people. I'm the type of person to help anyone who needs help, who needs rescuing. No matter their political views, race, ethnicity, or nationality, I am always there to help. As a Mormon, we always help other people. We care for people. Hell, this is why Utah is ranked the #1 state for volunteering. We help people. We're community-based. And right here in my state, it's kind of like you mess with one, you mess with all of us. I don't know. There is not one good excuse in the world for that man to come up with when he faces the court of law. Not one excuse in the entire fucking world he can come up with to attack an innocent elderly man just because he loved Trump. This shit's gotta stop, really. Like, I don't know what else to say. I mean, like, this is why I'm pro-cop. We need more cops out in the street to prevent deranged radical leftists from attacking conservatives and anyone who's either Republican or supports Trump or MAGA or just right-wing in general. And coming from a city of Escondido and, just San Diego in general, doesn't really surprise me that it's mostly, run by dumbass, shit for brain Democrats. I hope his wife gets the justice that she deserves. And I hope that 32-year-old deranged leftist rots behind bars for the rest of his miserable, pathetic, low-life, loser, shitty life.
Just don't have the right to do that.
Neighbors gathered to pray for Kerry and Maria. Jeff Pitt, the organizer of the vigil and Trump rally, says he needed a way to show his support for the SHERON family.
Hey, Ron, what are you doing tomorrow around 5? He said, I'll meet you here. I said, good deal. I'll call a couple of my friends and see if they join us, and I think I have more friends than I knew.
And so many people here this afternoon showing their support for this SHERON family, all of them praying for Kerry tonight, hoping that somehow he pulls through. That's the very latest from
God, I know you're watching this. Kerry SHERON is in a better place now. He's with you up in heaven. He's walking alongside you in the clouds. Rest in peace. In the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. I'm going to read the rest of the article, by the way. I had to go to another news source because apparently it didn't have a lot on the page that I was looking at. Deputy District Attorney Ross Garcia said the attack was unprovoked, and I quote, "It was a single punch to the jaw. The victim then falls to the floor, and there are subsequent hits to the victim's head area, requiring the victim to be transported to the hospital," Garcia said. While Garcia said the motive remains under investigation, again, quite fucking obvious why he attacked that innocent elderly person, SHERON's wife of 20 years believes that their yard display played a role, and I quote, "A lot of people, they don't like the flags. I don't know why. I support America. My husband is a veteran," she told CBS 8 on Thursday. She said the two men didn't know each other. The man charged in the brutal attack, Thomas Butler, 32, a U.S. Navy veteran, according to military tech. This motherfucker was a U.S. Navy veteran? You are a fucking disgrace to this fucking country. You don't even deserve to be called a veteran. You're a devil. You're a monster. You're a sick fuck. You're scum. You're a dirtbag. You're a lowlife. You're a loser. You are lower than dirt. You are just a hellish human being who doesn't deserve any rights. Attacking your fellow veterans? Really? The US military needs to implement more fucking background checks at this point if this shit keeps happening. Made his first court appearance Friday, pleading not guilty to attempted murder and other charges. Well, now that's been bumped up to, murder. Butler remained stoic during his arraignment in Vista Court. Butler faced charges including attempted murder, elder abuse causing great bodily injury, making criminal threats, and battery. He's being held without bail and faces up to 15 years of prison. No, make that shit for life. Put his ass behind bars for life. No 15 years is not justice. For life, or at least more than 100 years, for life. Prosecutors said those charges may change if SHERON didn't survive, which, obviously they're now going to change. Butler also attacked a witness who tried to intervene. I mean, that my mom was telling me about, and he also got assaulted pretty badly. Punching him and making criminal threats, prosecutors said. A vigil for SHERON was held Friday, the one that we saw, evening outside his home, drawing community members who described him as a kind person who didn't deserve the attack. This is honestly one of the most heartbreaking, disturbing cases I have ever covered and heard in my entire life involving a fellow patriot, a fellow conservative. And I guarantee you, if we have a few more attacks like this, I'm telling you, civil war is inevitable. We're getting there. And the left is poking a bear that once the bear is getting to its boiling point, us MAGA conservative Republicans, we will fight back. There's only so much that we can take. They're gonna fucking regret it to the fucking fullest. For you demented, democrat, left-wing, domestic terrorists, wokey communists, liberal sick fucks, to all of those fucking people who I just named out there, you're gonna get it. So, you and your fucking Antifa comrades, I know you're watching this. And don't fucking mess with us. Don't threat on me. I own 5 guns, and you damn well know that most conservatives are Second Amendment gun lovers. It's a war that you're not going to win because you're so anti-gun. This just goes to show how violent the left can be. And they will go after any age group, whether it's babies, children, teenagers, young adults, elderly, middle-aged people. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit who the fuck they attack. Antifa and the domestic terrorist liberal left, they don't fucking care at this point. They're causing as much chaos and mayhem here in the United States and the entire world, and they love it. They just love anarchy. They don't give a shit what they fucking do. They don't care if they kill cops. They don't care if they kill government officials. They don't care if they kill conservative activists like Charlie Kirk. They could give less of a shit about the United States. And even the Democrats said it. They're anti-American. That's all I wanted to talk about. I don't really feel a lot of emotion to make the usual outro, so bye. Rest in peace for KERRY SHERON. Justice for his family. America first, America only. MAGA forever, conservative forever. Glad to be part of Turning Point USA. Not ashamed to be a patriotic conservative and a person who loved this country. I don't care, leftists. I don't care how hard you try to defame me, how hard you try to slander my name, how hard you try to lie about me, how hard you try to go after me and my friends. I could give less of a fuck. Come and get it.